D-Lo 404 Boxing. All right, y'all. I want to touch on this Gary Russell Jr. Devin Haney situation one more time. I did watch the live stream on 7X channel that featured Batman, Gary Russell Jr.'s brother, and Bill Haney, and some other members of the LDBC. And from what I gathered from watching that live stream, and shout out to 7X for bringing that together. But what I gathered from that live stream is that Bill Haney has said that they're willing to pay Gary Russell Jr. 1.5, which Gary Russell Jr. said he wanted to get to fight Devin, but Gary said he'll go ahead and take the 1.5 since they're saying he's ducking. And now that Gary's saying that, Bill's saying, okay, well, we'll give you the fight, but we want options on you should you lose. So basically, if Devin beats Gary Russell Jr., then Bill wants to have options on Gary's next two fights. And based on a video I watched on Main Man Made Man channel this morning, where Gary had done a live. I guess he done it on Instagram or something. Made Man posted it. Shout out to Main Man Made Man. But anyway, Gary basically saying that's a no-go. Gary said he already wanted $2 million. He done went down and said he'd take the 1.5, regardless of what he said about he'd take 1.5 from Terrence Crawford. He said that was to Terrence Crawford. He said, but he wanted 2 for Devin, but he went ahead and came down and said he'll take that 1.5 since they got so much to say. But now he's saying that and once he agreed to the 1.5, they basically moved the goalpost, saying now they want to have stipulations and options on him. And he said, no, he's not doing that. The only stipulation he'll agree to, he'll give Devin a rematch clause, because he said it's very likely that he's going to starch Devin. And he said, he'll give Devin a rematch clause, but aside from that, he's not agreeing to these promotional stipulations and so forth and so on. He's not going to agree to a promotional agreement with Devin Haney Promotional Company for 2 fights should he lose. And I know there's people out there that's saying, and even Bill said, well, don't lose. You go out there, you win, you ain't got to worry about it. But, that it doesn't really work that way. We know this is boxing. And, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you got to be careful what you agree to, because oftentimes in boxing, more so than I like to see, the fighter who I felt like, or the majority of people who watched the fight felt like won the fight, don't end up getting a decision. And you'd hate to be on the wrong side of something like that, and then now somebody has terms on you, on top of you not getting a nod when you felt like you should have got the nod. Not saying that any of that'll take place in this fight, but I mean, I feel Gary on the whole thing is he's agreeing to a fight. He's not agreeing to all this other stuff. But we'll see how it all plays out. D-Lo 404 Boxing, I'm out.